Welcome to the inaugural episode of the Family Order Podcast. This is episode 1, How COVID-19 Saved Our Family.
That sounded like a robot.
Yeah. Society's family unit is in crisis as less and less people are making the commitment of a lifelong partnership together. It has been normalized, encouraged, and easier than ever to just throw in the towel when the going gets tough. With time at a premium, start by spending 20 minutes per week gaining thought-provoking inspiration towards a journey of self-improvement, ultimately improving your marriage, your family, your health, and your home. Welcome to the inaugural episode of the Family Order Podcast.
Woohoo!
This is episode number 1. This is going to be about how COVID-19 saved our family.
Today we're going to be covering our overall vision for the podcast. The who, the what, the why, and the how. Who are we? Who are we reaching? What is this podcast about? Why did we decide to do this? And how are you going to come along with us?
This is about us and our background. We've been together for over 15 years. We are a young married couple, at least we like to think so, with 2 kids. We're homeowners, college graduates.
Go State.
We've held various jobs in that time. You know, we've developed our own style of balancing traditional values with our own modern twist. We certainly aren't perfect. We're human, we're real, and, you know, we're still working on it. We're still trying to get better every day.
So who are we going to be targeting? This list is including, but not limited to. So most likely you're going to be in your 30s, like us. You're going to be married or in a committed relationship. You might have children already, or you might have a future family focus. Most likely you're going to be a homeowner who appreciates the elbow grease of some small DIY projects. But most importantly, you're going to be interested in bettering yourself mentally and physically. But if you're like us, you don't have ample free time each day. So this podcast is a commitment of spouses and individuals who are interested in bettering themselves mentally and physically, but don't have a lot of free time to do it. We're going to have some weekly conversations and hopefully be a source of inspiration for your marriage and your family. We want you to better yourself mentally and physically by providing thought-provoking ideas for success on the journey of self-improvement.
So what are some examples that this might include in future episodes? So we're going to be going over our family pillars and values, how we came up with them, what they are, how to apply them.
2 children. And us.
Yeah, to everybody. We're hoping to provoke conversation around things like technology agreements between spouses and children, family meetings, having routines, how a schedule is important to success in all 4 of those areas.
We're also going to talk about some tough topics. We'll cover mental health, particularly my depression and anxiety over the last 15 years, and also financial burdens that we've had.
And lastly, some fun
or aggravating
DIY projects for the home.
So why did we decide to do this? This is the short version of the story. We entered a new season in our life when our son was born in late February. But obviously, COVID changed some of the plans that we had. 2 weeks after we got home from the hospital, our daughter was sent home on spring break with her school iPad just in case they didn't go back. Obviously, everyone knows they didn't go back. So we began homeschooling and working from home with all 4 of us stuck inside. Physically, our family support is very limited.
Yeah, I mean, my parents live 3.5 hours away.
And mine live an hour away. Additionally, my parents both have compromised immune systems, so they were in that high-risk category. And we also had a newborn and an 8-year-old. Quickly, my depression and anxiety started to take a toll within just 1 week, and we were at a complete breaking point.
Right, and this was even after a very long 9-month pregnancy that was a roller coaster, up and down. Not what we pictured at all. So we were definitely feeling the grind. And after all this, we decided to turn the negatives into positives and try to come up with some solutions. You know, we really had some breakthroughs with KJ academically, with, you know, reading books and learning new things, riding her bike, many other activities we just never had the time for. And we really were able to get our schedule down with our son Bray.
And newborn schedule.
Yeah, the newborn schedule, as well as, you know, just everything around it. There was a lot of adjusting, and so we found time to go on family walks and go fishing, watch movies and shows together.
We always had those fishing poles and never did a lot with them.
Yeah, I think I had to get the cobwebs off of them first before we could use them.
And we're watching the Avengers in order.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Going through the Harry Potters and, unfortunately, Jurassic Park as well. All these other series that we started, and, you know, just a lot of things we didn't have time for. Then it includes house projects, doing some organization, all those fun things. We didn't want to go back to the way things were, so we were just going from 6 in the morning to 10 o'clock at night, nonstop, dragging our daughter to school, to other activities, going back and forth to the gym, dinner time, bedtime routines, all those things. So, you know, it didn't help.
And you traveled.
Yeah, it didn't help that I was traveling, you know, 2 to 3 times a month at times, and we had to coordinate drop-offs, pickups when I was out of town for KJ, so that was always fun. Without a support system, it makes these things even tougher. We were sending meeting plannings to each other.
Which was efficient.
Right, but we were also missing some of the signs that maybe we were overloaded. Really, we were struggling to keep a work-life balance, and basically left us every night feeling guilty as a husband or wife, as a parent. You just always felt like you weren't able to get enough done.
Yeah. And not only did we not want to go back to the way things were, we literally couldn't go back to the way things were. There was a complete unstableness of public health. We had a ton of summer activities planned with our nanny, with the kids, so that they would have a few months together before they went their separate ways back to school and to child care, you know. But we then decided that we couldn't bring in childcare or send our kids to childcare due to the risks. So returning to work out of the home full time did not make financial sense for us either. And
we saw a need for this discussion, you know, with less people making that commitment of a lifelong partnership together. It's been, you know, encouraged and normalized and just easier to, you know, to quit, to tap out.
You could probably do it online.
It's, yeah, it's true. So, you know, it leaves parents feeling forced to choose between, you know, their family and their financial well-being. You know, we didn't want to go back to the way things were. We had saved up money for maternity leave, and, you know, we had a plan to spend
Unpaid
less.
Maternity leave.
Unpaid maternity leave.
Spent less.
We spent less money eating out. We spent less on gas. We spent less on clothes. We spent less on a number of things, which, you know, with COVID, we didn't miss out on ball games and concerts and a bunch of other events. We weren't doing that a lot.
Except for Hot Country Nights.
That was fun. Didn't cost as much, though.
Yeah, that was a free one.
Concerts. But I think the... you know, we liked being at home. We were homebodies. We liked taking care of our home. We liked spending time together, actually, as a family. But we never felt like we could. We had the busy disease of feeling like we need to be busy all the time. And we were. And, you know, still feel like we're busier than ever, but it's a good busy. We're actually accomplishing something and not just on this hamster wheel every day. You know, and now I'm continuing to work remotely from home. I'm grounded for the foreseeable future.
From travel.
And, we don't know how long that's going to last, but Allie, you resigned from your previous job. You're now working remotely, part-time in virtual consulting. Mm-hmm. And so, that's what led us, to where we are now.
And we're on this journey right now together. We started this journey by walking together. It took us 20 minutes to do 2 laps around our block when we decided that we needed to make a change. That's when Ben and I always talked a lot. We would always do laps at the gym for about 10 minutes at the end just to kind of catch up from our day at work. Ben and I talked at lunch every day, so it's not that Ben and I never talked, but by walking around the block for 20 minutes while our daughter rode ahead on her bike, we were able to get a little bit deeper, and that 20 minutes turned into 30, and that 30 minutes turned into 45, and we've been able to have some really thought-provoking conversations. And it's not just always about the to-do list. What'd you do at work today? Yeah. What do we got going on tomorrow? What do we have going on next week? What do we need to start saving up for? All of that was cut out. And so we were able to actually have personal conversations, with each other for a longer period of time. Because by the time we got our kids down to bed at 8, we were just absolutely exhausted and didn't even have the energy to speak. So we are still currently on this journey. It started by us taking 20 minutes to walk around our block. That's how we began our journey of self-improvement. And we want you guys to start by committing 20 minutes each week, not even every day like we did, 20 minutes each week to go on this journey of self-improvement with us. Understand we aren't selling anything. We don't have anything to sell. Sell our intellect or something. Sell our intelligence on Facebook. Intellectual property. And we understand that everyone's time is at a premium. So that's why, 20 minutes, you got to think about what is 20 minutes worth to you. And where are you going to fit that 20 minutes in? Are you going to walk around the block? Are you going to get in a short little workout? Are you going to do what I do? And I listen to podcasts and other things when I'm putting our son down to sleep. I put my earbuds in and turn on a podcast. And it usually takes me about 15 minutes to get him to sleep. And so it might take me like a week to get through one podcast. But at least I'm trying to get some thought-provoking information into my head during that time. We think that we have a story to tell, too. Ben and I have been together for over 15 years, and that comes from meeting at the age of 17 and 21. So we have literally grown up together, and we've done a lot on our own. So we do think that we have some helpful advice and a story to tell. And honestly, we want to be a resource that we would have liked to have, whether it be like to have at a young age when we were first married, at a time when things weren't so great between us, or like to have at a time like right now where the world is in complete disarray and no one knows what the flip is going on. No. And 2020 has kicked our butts. We really hope that you guys come along with us on this journey.
And in future episodes, as we alluded to, we're going to talk about our values, our family pillars, all of these things that we've mentioned here. We've sort of scratched the surface. We're really hoping that you dive in deeper with us in the future as we go further into these issues and some of the solutions we've come up with. Or if you just want to hear really good conversation, maybe you can share this with your significant others, your kids, friends, whoever needs to hear this.
Or just have something to talk about with us when you see us.
That too. Can't. From 6 feet.
From 6 feet. Also, each week we'll be challenging you to take action on your family order. This could be something that you write down, that you discuss with your partner, or that you physically take action towards your journey of self-improvement.
What's the point in listening to us each week if you don't take action? You can't just consume information. It needs to be put into practice and applied towards your goals. For the inaugural episode of the Family Order, we want you to take an inventory. What's the current state of your marriage, your family, your health, your home? Is the picture in your mind something that you're proud of? What does the future you want look like? Where are areas of improvement needed? Don't think about the how right now. Just focus on the what and write it down.
This is something that we're currently working on as well in other areas of our lives. Did you know that people who write their goals down are 10 times more likely to achieve them than people that don't? And only 3% of people write their goals down. Why wouldn't you want to write it down? Let us know what you came up with on our Facebook page at The Family Order. So that wraps it up for now, but we will see you all next Monday for episode 2. If you're ready for your marriage and family dynamic to thrive and not just survive, all it takes is 20 minutes or less joining us each week. It begins with a journey of self-improvement while you sit in the carpool lane, commute to work, squeeze in a workout, or get halfway through folding that laundry pile. Be sure to check out the blog at thefamilyorder.com and follow us on Facebook at The Family Order. If you're ready to start your journey, be sure to click subscribe so you don't miss new episodes every Monday.